Okay, this is Bryan from Whitby Oshawa Honda. Thank you for tuning in. You know, good news kind of follows bad news. The bad news is we're in for a bad winter. I'm learning the term polar vortex, whatever that is. So it's been predicted, and we've also got our first dose of snow this week, and it was nasty. I'm not looking forward to this winter. It's going to be cold, and there's going to be lots of snow. Now, the good news, though, Honda CR-V has been revised. It's been refreshed for 2020, and I love this vehicle. I drive one myself. It is a wonderful made in Canada story. Now in Canada, the Civic's actually the best-selling passenger vehicle at this time, but globally for Honda, it is the CR-V. So this vehicle has been designed to win from the ground up. It's a multiple winner of Motor Trend's SUV of the Year, proudly made in Canada by Canadians for Canadians. That gets me excited. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through the CR-V. This is the Touring Edition. Everything that goes into the CR-V in general, because there's a lot of crossover technology in all the CR-Vs. Then there'll be a second video later that's specific to the CR-V Sport, which is the new trim level this year. So let's get into the CR-V. All right, all CR-Vs now come with Honda sensing. So you can see the triangular cutout by the mirror up there. There's a radar system up front. So it's a whole extra suite of driver-assisted safety technology. So it's got a forward collision warning. If you're coming in too fast on something, it'll let you know brake, brake, brake. And under the right conditions, the car will try to slow down or stop completely to avoid a collision with a pedestrian or a vehicle. That's called the collision mitigation braking system. And again, the best way to survive a collision is not to have one at all. And we're finding a lot of our CR-V customers that are upgrading to the new models, their insurance is actually going down, which is awesome. It'll have a lane departure warning if you're driving over 72 kilometers an hour, if the road conditions are clear. If you start crossing over lines without signaling, the vehicle thinks you're distracted or fatigued, the steering wheel is going to vibrate, say lane departure, and what's called the road departure mitigation system will try to nudge you back in the lane to keep you safe. There's two other features that I use every single day. One is adaptive cruise control with low speed follow. So let's say you're on the highway and you're doing 100 kilometers an hour and you creep up on a driver doing 80. The vehicle's going to slow down for you automatically, always giving you safe stopping distance. Especially if for some reason you're not paying attention. If a car slows down in front of you, it's going to slow down automatically. It's a great, great feature. And then if you engage lane keeping assist, the vehicle doesn't fight you, but it does provide some intuitive steering input to keep you centered in the lane. So it's click, 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 real easy to use, and the car does most of the driving for you. It is absolutely wonderful. Now let's get into the really good stuff. All CR-Vs now come with a remote starter, keyless entry and push button start. I have to park outside, and let me tell you what a difference it makes having a remote starter. I'm sure you'll appreciate this, especially if it's a really, really cold day. The vehicle starts and it's super cold. The vehicle's going to start warming up. The windows and mirrors will start to defrost. The heated seats will come on, and if equipped, the heated steering wheel. And the Honda heated steering wheels are absolutely amazing. The entire steering wheel heats up. It is a real great, great treat for our Canadian customers. All right, so a little bit about this one. This one's a Touring Edition. It's got LED headlights, and it has revised fog lights. There's 5 LED fog lights. These are amazing. It's a revised front end, and it's got 19-inch rims this year, which is new. What a beautiful, stunning, stunning vehicle. All right, now let's get back into some of the meat about CR-Vs. I'm just going to pop the hood here. Oh, this car makes me so happy. Okay, all CR-Vs in Canada come with a 1.5 liter turbo. I believe the US, some vehicles still get the older 2.4. It's all 1.5 liter turbo in Canada. With a turbo, it's more power, less fuel, and this does not require premium gas. Regular 87 octane is fine. It is really, really good on gas. I often forget the PIN code at the gas station. That's how the long gaps between my fuel ups are. When you see Earth Dreams technology, Honda has challenged itself to reduce emissions by 30% and be the most fuel-efficient vehicle in every class where it competes. This is a great example of that. The motor uses a timing chain, not a belt. The chain is designed to last the life of the vehicle. A nice big battery for a cold climate. You need this, trust me. And so it's something that's also great for the Canadian feature. A nice big 4-liter jug of wiper fluid, so you're not always going to be topping it up this freezing cold winter that is coming. And it does have a low wiper fluid warning, which is nice. When you get low on the wiper fluid, you get the alerts. Some cars don't have that. What can I say? This is just a super efficient, smart, well-made SUV for the Canadian climate. So you're paying for quality with Honda, and again, safety is one of the key pillars of the Honda brand. This vehicle has what's called an ACE body structure, and that stands for Advanced Compatibility Engineering. So again, you're paying for quality with Honda. It has a really high content of high tensile steel, which is stronger than regular steel, but it's also less weight. And what will happen is in the event of a collision, it's going to disperse the energy around the cabin versus going through the cabin. This is absolutely vital to your protection. If you did get into a serious head-on collision, the engine mount's going to drop out completely. You may run over it, but it's not going to visit you and your family in the cabin. And the airbags deploy off what's called a dual-stage airbag system. So depending on the nature of the collision, the airbags will deploy in whatever way is best suited for your protection. And you get a free service called Honda Link Assist. If there was an airbag deployment, the car automatically calls Honda. There's an operator standing by 24 hours, 7 days a week. They will locate where you are, and help is on the way, and there's no charge for that. I'm really proud of Honda for doing this. This is how they protect their customers in the event of a collision. Now again, these are made in Canada. And Honda has legendary quality. And one thing I love pointing out, and every time I show a Honda, is if you look around the motor, it's kind of subtle, but you're going to see ink marks all over the place. And what I learned is this is Honda's assembly process. It's got to be hard when you're shopping for a CR-V right now. There's so many competitors out there. But you need to know about this. Honda is so focused on quality and safety and value. These little ink marks are incredible. Imagine if you and I were on the assembly line together and the vehicle came to me first and I install my component, say the car goes to you. You can't touch your part until you made sure that mine was done perfectly. Check. The person after you will double check your work. So there's ongoing overlap of quality control, and in every single pay cycle, quality assurance is measuring the performance of each assembly team. And if they're building them perfectly, they get a cash bonus every pay. So legendary quality, the commitment to quality is there. It also doesn't matter if your Honda was made on Monday morning after the Super Bowl or Friday afternoon of a long weekend. That's one of the reasons the cost of ownership is so low, because the quality of the car and also the resale value is just phenomenal. Another part of cost of ownership is the maintenance schedule. There is no preset service intervals with Honda vehicles. So when the vehicle's new, it's going to indicate that your oil life is at 100%, and then over driving cycles and conditions, that number ticks down. When it gets down to 15% of the oil life, it's going to say service the engine soon, and at 5% service the engine now. I love this stuff. Really long gaps between service. I've personally been getting between 13 and 14,000 kilometers between service based on my driving habits. There's cheaper cars out there, but when you factor in the fuel efficiency, the quality, and the maintenance, Honda's been the #1 value brand the last 7 out of 8 years and last 4 consecutive years. So do the math, shopper. Get the quality. It's going to pay you back in cost of ownership. All right, so another incredible feat of engineering, which is great for our Canadian climate. There's something back here that you can't see, and it's called an active shutter grille system. So imagine if you were going to warm a house up in the wintertime, you should make sure that all the windows are closed, all the doors are closed, so the heat gets retained from the inside. When the CR-V is cold, when you start it cold, the active shutter grille is actually closed. And that allows the engine to warm up faster. A warm engine runs more fuel efficiently, and it also helps warm the cabin up faster. So, active shutter grille system, exclusive to the CR-V. Oh, what a car. Check out these 19-inch rims. These are new this year. They are absolutely beautiful. And this will be on the Touring Edition and also the Sport Edition, which we'll show you later. Being the Touring Edition, it's got blind spot detection on both sides, so if you signal left and right, the vehicle will let you know if there's a vehicle in proximity. That's a great safety feature, and that's exclusive to the Touring Edition on the CR-Vs. It is keyless entry, so I could have the key on me, just put my hand here, it's going to unlock, and if I sweep my fingers across these 3 lines here, it'll lock for me. Now there's also a walkaway lock setting. If you're prone to forget locking the vehicle behind you, once the key gets a certain distance away, it'll lock, so don't worry about that stuff. Now here's something amazing for the family customer in particular, but it's actually good for everyone. The doors open at an 85-degree angle. So hopefully you can see the value in that. If there's baby seats or anyone that might have difficulty getting in or out of a vehicle, this is a great feat of engineering right here. Now this one being the Touring Edition, it's got heated seats in the front and the back. I love Honda heated seats. They invest so much money in research and development and seat comfort. There's 3 heat settings and it goes right up your back. It is just wonderful. Now if you've got any guests in the back, below the vents there's 2 USB recharging ports. Now typically if you charge a phone in the front of a car, it's usually a 1 or 1.5 amp. These are 2.5 amps in the rear, so that's for fast recharging of electronic devices. So if you've got a dead tablet or something like that, it's going to charge quickly for you. It's amazing. There's also a fold-down armrest with cup holders, nice for those long family drives. All right, this just keeps getting better. All right, so this power tailgate actually has programmable height. Some people that have low garage ceilings in particular, you can actually set how high it opens up. Now, I can open the tailgate from the inside on the key fob, but this one's a touring edition. So just doing a little soccer kick, the tailgate's gonna open up. So that's the hand-free access to the cargo area. If your arms are full of groceries or holiday presents, this is gonna open up just by doing a little soccer kick under the bumper. Don't actually kick the car, all right? Now, Honda is brilliant with eking out cargo space. And right now, again, I should go back and just mention, because this is globally such an important vehicle for Honda, a lot of thought went into the redesign. It went through a major redesign in 2017, and it's been refreshed for 2020. So right now, this floor is on the lower level. Just take this out. And this has been measured specifically to accommodate 4 average luggage pieces. But if you need it all flat and flush, just bring this up like so. Okay, now this is a retractable cargo cover. That's for privacy, keeps your groceries a little bit cooler. This whole unit can be removed if you got something tall to put in there. So let me do that. All right, so let's say you got lots of stuff, hockey equipment, whatever it may be. You just pull these handles, look at that cargo space. Do a whole lot of shopping in this car. Here's another great treat from Honda. Thank you, Honda, capless refueling. I love capless refueling. The nozzles go straight in. There's no more clicking and cracking. And again, just regular 87 octane, even though it's a turbo, which is unique. But capless refueling, I think you'll really appreciate it this winter. You won't have to be fiddling around with the cap when you just want to get in the car and get home. Absolutely incredible features on the CR-V. You know, there really is no entry-level CR-V. They are all incredible. Again, they're all going to come with keyless entry, push-button start, remote starter, heated seats. Now this one is a touring edition, so it's got Navi included. However, any other trim level, if you've got an Android phone or an iPhone, you can access Apple Maps, Google Maps, download the Waze app, which is really cool. You will get Navi through your phone, through the screen, just by plugging in with USB cable. It does require a data plan. It won't use much if you don't use it very often. Alrighty, so we have a revised interior. Again, so much thought goes into these CR-Vs. It is such an important vehicle. This one being the Touring Edition, it now has cordless recharging if you've got a compatible phone. And they've repositioned the USB ports up top, so it's a bit easier access. These seats are absolutely incredible. Now, this one's got leather, otherwise it would be premium cloth, which is usually an upgrade for another manufacturer. 3 heat settings, including lumbar support. Do you drive a lot? If you drive a lot, you are really going to appreciate the CR-V. It is so comfortable. Now this one's got memory seats. It's also got dual climate control. So you can have your own temperature left or right in the vehicle. Memory seats that'll remember the seat position on key 1 or 2. Those 2 features save marriages every day. So here's something else that every SUV should have, but it's certainly in the CR-V. There's a little button up here, and it's a wiper de-icer. So when you enable the system, the lower part of the front windshield and rear window is going to warm up and melt the ice off the blades. You see how I'm always getting back to winter? You're going to really like this, especially on those freezing rain days. Now, I should also point out the all-wheel drive system on the CR-Vs, all of them. It's unique because typically if it's a full-time all-wheel drive system, they can burn a lot of gas. The CR-V is designed for fuel efficiency and performance. So if you're just cruising along, it might just be in front-wheel drive, but when you need power, all 4 wheels will kick in. If you encounter any slippage, all 4 wheels will kick in. And actually the CR-V is one of the highest rated vehicles for winter performance in Canada. That's a big deal, and that's really important, shopper. Okay, these seats are amazing. Power seat. There's so many little settings you can do to find that perfect comfort position, and the lumbar support. I wish I had the seat in front of my TV. Now it's telescopic steering. It'll go up, down, forward, and back, and then just lock it in place. Everything is really easy to use. Your cruise control, your audio control, your Bluetooth, ICE front, nice and safe. Now the speedometer is digital, which it's really easy to read. And also, if you went to the States, you can convert it to miles per hour. Oh, and check this out. If you're on a long trip, there's something that you typically find in high-end luxury vehicles, and it's called a driver attention monitor. Imagine a coffee cup with 4 bars and a combination of distance, time on the road, and a fatigued driver will actually have certain steering inputs. If that coffee cup starts to steam, the CR-V is saying, hey, I'm worried about you. I think you're due for a break. Now this one being the Touring Edition, it's actually got a panoramic roof. Your sunglass holder is right here. And if you stop this part way, you've got a two-way conversation mirror. So you can see what the kids or whoever's doing back there. And then back up. These buttons here for a HomeLink transmitter. So you can actually pair the vehicle up to your garage door. Your backup camera is going to come to the big screen, and because this one's a touring edition, it not only has 3 positions to move the backup camera, it's also got something called cross-traffic monitoring. So if you're backing out of a spot, let's say you're in a plaza, you may not see the cars coming, the CRV's looking for you, it's going to alert you, hey, don't reverse any further, another car's coming your way. So it's really looking out for you that way. Another redesign here is what they've done with the center console. This is unreal. Yeah, I got to show you the functionality of this one. Now, again, part of the thoughtfulness of Honda, shorter drivers may not necessarily get the armrest, so that's adjustable. A taller driver that may be reclined back, they may get sun coming through here. So that's why this is adjustable. It's just brilliant. All the thought that goes into this vehicle. All right, so now what I can do is I can slide this back and up it goes. Any female customers watching, if you've got a handbag, it fits nicely in there so you don't have to get it slushy on the floor. Cordless recharging, again, the new ports are up here. You can still engage Eco Assist if you want. That'll put the vehicle into the fuel saver mode. But now, for this year, you can also engage the engine auto stop. So if you're at a red light, if you want to have the system in operation, the engine will shut down. And when you accelerate, or actually when you start taking your foot off the brake, it'll start to engage the motor. So it's another way to save fuel. Again, this is class-leading fuel efficiency in the CRV, and that is one of the key purchase considerations for consumers in Canada. Parking brake is electronic, so there's no heavy foot brake that you typically have to crunch in with your foot in an SUV. And you can also engage the brake hold system, which is a great convenience feature. Let's say you stopped at a light. You know when you take your foot off the brake, the vehicle is going to start rolling forward. When you engage the brake hold function, and you only have to turn it on once, or press it once on your drive home, every time you stop at a light, you can take your foot off the brake and it doesn't roll forward until you accelerate. So that's going to take some of the fatigue out of stop and go. It's also really effective in the Timmy's line in the morning. I use it every day. Love this feature. I love this car. Okay, I am just scratching the surface here. This is just a little bit about the CRV. There's so much more to learn. I'm just covering off the highlights here. So again, class-leading fuel efficiency, class-leading safety, one of the highest rated vehicles for performance in winter. And there's a lot of made in Canada things that are really, really good. We're in for a bad winter. So if you're looking for an SUV, hopefully this makes it a bit easier to make your decision. It really is a no-brainer going with Honda. It is an award-winning vehicle time and time again, proudly made in Canada by Canadians for Canadians. So many class-leading things, but outside of the vehicle, if you would like to have a class-leading experience in a dealership, come to Whitby Oshawa Honda. We love our customers here, and we look forward to taking care of you. Have a great day.